Welcome to the Quick Bite video on building general insurance, P&C Insurance Chatbot Blueprint. We are discussing the key considerations of building a chatbot for P&C Insurance, NLP Engineer workflow, and nuances that need to be taken care. Let's jump into the topic.
Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into something I think we've all wished for at some point, an insurance chatbot that's actually smart and genuinely helpful. We're going to break down what it really takes to build one that understands you. So let's get right into it. It all starts with this feeling, this super common frustration, right? You have what seems like a simple question about your policy, but trying to get an answer feels like you're trying to solve a puzzle in the dark. This is the exact problem a really well-designed chatbot is meant to fix. And today, we're looking at the blueprint for how to do it right. So here's how we're going to break it all down. First up, we'll look at this from the most important perspective, the customers. Then, we're going to pull back the curtain and see what the insurance company actually needs from this tool. After that, we'll get into the cool part, how the AI actually understands what we're asking. And finally, we'll nail down what success really looks like. All right, section 1, let's kick things off with the person this is all for, the policyholder. What are they really trying to do when they open up that little chat window on the website? The two most important words there are plain English. Nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to sift through a 150-page legal document filled with jargon they don't understand. You just want to ask a question like a normal human being and get a straight, clear answer about what you're paying for. And that right there is the absolute core of it. This isn't just about answering one question. It's about a total shift in how service works. People now expect to get immediate clarity, whenever they want it. It's all about making that super complex information instantly available and easy to understand. And this is another perfect example of a huge user need. Let's be honest, the claims process can be incredibly stressful. Being able to get a real-time update without calling someone, waiting on hold forever, that's not just giving information, that's actively reducing someone's anxiety and building a ton of trust in the process. And just look at all the different ways people ask things. A really great chatbot has to get that a person might ask for the exact same piece of info in totally different ways. What's my premium balance? And how much do I owe? Are basically the same question. The AI has to be smart enough to connect those dots without missing a beat. Okay, let's pivot to our second section. Because a fantastic chatbot isn't just a victory for the customer. It's also an absolutely critical tool for the people working inside the insurance company. This is such a great way to think about it. The point isn't to replace customer service representatives, it's to supercharge them. You let the chatbot handle the thousands of repetitive, simple questions so that the human agents can free up their brain power to focus on what humans do best, solving really complex, sensitive problems that require empathy and real creativity. Now, if you're an operations manager, this data is pure gold. You can see just at a glance what customers are asking about the most. Are you getting a huge spike in billing questions? Maybe the monthly statement is confusing and needs a redesign. All of a sudden, the chatbot isn't just a support tool. It's a powerful way to spot business trends and fix problems before they get bigger. And here it is, the metric that really measures the business value, containment rate. It's actually pretty simple. It's just the percentage of conversations the chatbot can handle all by itself from start to finish without needing a human to jump in. A high containment rate? That is the clearest sign that you're getting a real return on your investment. And, of course, we can't forget the absolute non-negotiables. For compliance, for legal reasons, every single chat has to be logged with a timestamp, full stop. And for transparency, if a customer asks, "Are you a person?" the AI has to be honest and say it's a bot. These aren't suggestions, they're foundational rules. So we've covered the why, from both the customer side and the business side. Now let's get to the how. How in the world does this technology actually read our questions and figure out what we want? Let's peek under the hood. This right here is the magic of what's called natural language processing, or NLP. The AI basically breaks down our sentences into two key parts, the intent and the entity. The intent is your goal. What are you trying to do? The entity is the specific detail that gives context. So in what is my auto deductible, the intent is to get a deductible, and the entity is auto policy. It's how the AI knows what you want and what it's about. And building this understanding isn't just a flip of a switch. It's a really careful process. First, the engineers have to teach the AI all the specific insurance jargon. Then they train it to spot and pull out key things like policy numbers. After that, they actually test different AI models against each other to see which one works best.
And finally, they plug it into the company's core systems so it can pull real live data for you.
And that brings us to our final and maybe most important section. We've talked about the goals and the tech, but how do we actually measure performance? How do we prove that this thing is actually working the way it's supposed to? Well, success isn't just a gut feeling. It's defined by cold, hard numbers. This table lays out some really strict criteria. The bot has to understand what you mean at least 90% of the time. It has to give you an answer in less than 2 seconds. And if it does get stuck and needs to pass you to a human, it has to do it smoothly with the whole conversation history in under 10 seconds. The bar for success is and should be incredibly high. So to kind of wrap up the tech side, this is the AI's essential skill set. It has to classify your intent, recognize the entities, and understand synonyms, of course. But it also needs to do more advanced stuff, like detecting sentiment. Can it tell if a user is getting frustrated? And it must retain context. So you can ask a follow-up like, what about for my other car? And it knows exactly what you're talking about. And that brings us to one final, really important thought. Using AI to solve all these routine, everyday questions, that's not the end of the story. It's really just the beginning. By automating the simple stuff, we're freeing up human potential for both customers and employees to focus on bigger, more complex, more meaningful challenges. And what comes next? Well, that's the really exciting part. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for watching the Quick Bite series from www.inzu.com. Please like and subscribe to our videos for you to get notification when we upload new videos.